Hey guys, I hope you're having a good Saturday. I have two book reviews for you. The first one is The Iron King by Julie Kagawa, and the second one is for Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen. And there will be no spoilers in this book review, so feel free to watch if you have not read them yet. So, the first book I will review is The Iron King by Julie Kagawa. And it is about a girl named Megan Chase, and she is a very normal 16-year-old girl. She lives with her mother and her stepbrother Luke and her half-brother, a 4-year-old boy named Ethan. And her father disappeared. Her biological father disappeared when she was like 4 or 5. I don't know, maybe 9. I don't know. She was young. And so her mother kind of just remarried, and, she didn't really think anything of it. And then she is best friends with someone named Robbie, and she's just, she's approaching her 16th birthday, and she's just very normal, just a normal girl. And so, she's thrust into this world that she is actually a daughter of a king of the fairies, and she is basically kind of like a pawn. My phone's ringing. I'll ignore it. And so yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed it. There's lots of action and very exciting. The one thing that did really kind of annoy me about this one is that Megan kind of was a little bit of a damsel in distress, a little too much. Like, she always found herself to be in trouble and somebody had to rescue her. And I kind of thought that that was a little bit obnoxious. And I kind of thought that she was a little bit too stubborn in that she wanted to do things for herself and she didn't really think them through. And so she was kind of just kind of annoying in that sense. I appreciate what she did, and good for her, but I just kind of thought that that was a little bit annoying, how she always had to be rescued by somebody, and usually it was just a man. So I don't know, that was just kind of annoying for me. Didn't really care for that part. And the other thing that I didn't really care for is the big scene at the end. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but before she I don't know how to say it without spoiling it. Not the end, but the section before that, while she's in the fairy world. I'll say that. So I was kind of disappointed in that because, granted, she did put up a fight, but it wasn't really her doing. Like, she had help. I don't know. It kind of spoiled it a little bit for me. I didn't really feel like it was just her. And as we all know, we're girls that read, sometimes we're girls that read these books, so there has to be teams. I don't know if I'm Team Ash or Team Puck. I don't know. I don't know whose team I'm on, but I am on Team Packrat, and I'm on Team Grimalkin. I love those two. Well, those two character group things. They're so cute. And so, especially the Packrats, I was just like, oh, it's so cute. So, yeah, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5 still. Awesome, awesome book. Highly recommend it. Thank you guys for telling me to read it. You guys were so right. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And I was really excited to put up this review because I knew that there would be a lot of comments on it. So, yeah, just really good. This is the first book in the Iron Fae series. And I'm super excited for her next one and the third one to come out, so can't wait. So definitely read this one if you haven't had a chance to, or if you're thinking about it, definitely do so. Now the second one is Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen, and off the bat I gave this a 3 out of 5. Wasn't really liking this one. I usually like Sarah Dessen, but this time this isn't her best book, and it's one of her longest ones, so that kind of put a damper into it too. I don't know if I was expecting more from her because I loved Just Listen. That was like one of my favorite Sarah Dessen books ever. So I think I had a little bit more of a high expectation than I usually would with a book. But I don't know. I don't know if I really liked this one that much. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. Ruby is kind of annoying. I appreciate... Well, let me start by telling you the story. Ruby and her mother live in a house, and her mother disappears, and so she was kind of taking on the role of a grown-up and living by herself, and until her neighbors found her, and she's now living with her sister Cora, who was estranged from the family for like 10 years, 8 years, something like that. And her Cora's husband, you know, they just got married and they live in a beautiful home, and she's going to a new private school, and there's this boy named Nate that lives across the neighbor, like across the street or whatever, next door, and you know, he's perfect, blah blah blah. So that's kind of how it starts. And Ruby is very self-sufficient. She doesn't believe in love, which is kind of a common theme in the Sarah Dessen books. It's always a stubborn girl who's been jaded, and this guy kind of heals her. It's kind of the same, except for in Dreamland. Granted, that was a different one, but generally it's the same idea. So, yeah, I don't know. It was just very long, and I kind of felt Ruby was a little bit self-centered and absorbed a little bit. And she wasn't very grateful for what she was doing, and I kind of felt like there was no resolution. And if I could sum up the book in one word, it would definitely be loose ends. Well, 2 words. Whatever. So, yeah, loose ends. I didn't get the ending. I was kind of annoyed. I was kind of annoyed what she did with the lock at the end. I don't know. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend this one. If you're a new Sarah Dessen fan, don't read this first. You have to get a few of her other books, like Keeping the Moon, The Truth About Forever, Just Listen, This Lullaby. Those are all great ones by her, and I definitely recommend those before this one. If you're like a solid Sarah Dessen fan, then I would read this one, because you know that she can do better. So that's kind of my thoughts on this one. Yeah, I just thought Ruby was way too cynical and way too the pot half empty. Just, it's not my style. So, I don't know. I didn't really care for this one. Sorry. I got through it, and the print's pretty big, so I mean, you can get through it, but it was rough. And so, yeah, she was really mean to Nate, and I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So, yeah. There's that one, 3 out of 5. Sorry. So, yeah, those are my 2 books. I'm not sure what I'm going to read next. I don't know. Maybe Sisters Red. We'll see. But, I'll pick it and then let you guys know on my Goodreads account or my blog. But, yeah, I hope you guys are having a great, great Saturday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.